Flacco recently seems to be more like his old self. You buying that?
Yeah, exactly. We played him early in the season. He had went through an injury throughout training camp, so I think he was just getting back. And now you kind of see him to his normal self, a guy that can make every throw, but really specializes getting the ball down the field. You just see one with Mike Wallace running across the field in Detroit, and he's able to put the ball all the way outside the opposite number. So plays like that is where he's very dangerous. He's so accurate on his deep ball and giving his receivers a chance to make plays down the field. So I think that's the big thing, I would say, of concern for us as a defense of what we have to defend against.
But then when you played him the first time, Collins wasn't getting a bunch of touches, but now it seems like he is. What have you noticed?
Explosive runner. He's getting the ball in between the tackles, but also getting it on the outside, and he's making plays for him. I think he's averaging like 4.9 yards a carry, so he's doing a great job in the running game. And we remember from the first time they're a physical running game, just the way the offensive linemen attack you, the tight ends attack you. You have to button up your chin strap and be ready to play against them in the run game.
With a team like that, I mean, I don't think they're noted for being super explosive offensively, and then they go to Pittsburgh and score 38. I mean, does that kind of send another alarm that we got to be careful with these guys?
It lets you know what they're capable of. You know, maybe an offense hasn't cashed in on all the plays, but you know they have them there. You know, with a guy like Mike Wallace, who's been known his entire career to be able to get deep, he hasn't lost that ability. So you know you have to defend against that. Like you said, Collins playing a lot more now. His ability to get to the outside, a guy like Jeremy Macklin playing a little bit more in the slot, they have the ability to become an explosive offense, and it's going to be up to us on the defense to not allow them to become that.
Jason, you think about last chance at home, you know, the home finale, and just trying to go out on a high note at home?
Yeah, I think so. I think our fans deserve that, you know, and this will be our last opportunity to be able to give them a win. So I think that has to ring true for us in this locker room. And obviously we're playing with everything we got, but if we can try to at least give them one at home before the season, then I think that'll be at least a good way to go out for them and keep them encouraged of what we're building here.
Jason, I know you weren't here last year to experience what the team went through. You know, this time last year, there just seemed to be a heavy weight that hung over the team because it had won. This year, same situation, but that weight doesn't seem to be there this year. Why do you think that is, and how much does Hugh and the way he coaches have to do with maybe the burden of not winning a game, that weight, not hovering over you in a negative way?
I think it probably goes to just choking out the negative. You know, for us right now, it's just obviously there's a lot of negative going on just for the fact that we haven't won, but trying to focus on the positive, just continuing to improve and focusing on trying to win the next one. Focus on the ones you've already let slip away isn't going to help us get the next one. So I think as a team, obviously this year, team's a little bit older than it was last year. You kind of learn that you got to keep pressing on, and as long as you have more opportunities to win, you got to focus on those.
Hey, when you got here, your role was kind of uncertain. You knew there was a role, but you didn't know how it was going to be. Have you played more snaps than you thought? And are you taking them toll?
I don't know. I don't know if they've taken their toll. I guess for me, probably since my rookie year, this is probably the snaps I'm accustomed to playing, game in and game out. Probably if you would have asked me in the beginning of training camp, I probably would have said, no, I didn't think I'd be playing this many snaps or doing the job that I'm doing or whatever the assignment is. But I'm having fun with it, you know. This is what you train all off season for, the ability to go out there and compete and play in each and every game and give it your all. So that's what my focus has been.
The last two games, the emotion after the game, you were down on yourself. As you take a step back and look at those last two games, did you play as bad as you said you did?
Rookie symposium, Mike Tomlin talked to us, and one thing he said was, as you go through our training camp as a rookie, you're going to come off the field one day and feel like you played the best game, had the best practice of your life, and you turn the film on and it really wasn't that good. And he said opposite of that, you're going to feel like you're going to get cut that day, and it was the worst practice you ever had, and it probably really wasn't that bad. So I think obviously for myself, probably wasn't as bad as I felt after the game. but whenever it's a game, the end result has more of an impact on you than anything. So if you don't play at your best and you don't win the game, you're going to feel terrible no matter what. You're going to feel terrible after the game. After you watch the game, you may on film, you may say, well, it wasn't as bad, but you still feel bad because you didn't win the game. As a player, whenever you get a chance to go out there and you don't have your best game, but your team's able to pull out the win, you can kind of correct those mistakes and have a better feeling about it. So until we're on the other side of that, it's never going to be a okay feeling after the game.
Overall, has this season been, in your mind, a productive year for you?
At the end of the season, I'll look at that and evaluate it. For right now, production for me is based on wins and losses. So trying to get to that point is what will make it more productive when we're able to win a game.
Tony asked about snaps, and then you brought up role. I don't know, how surprised are you that you become the guy that follows the other team's #1 across the field? And if that wasn't your expectation when you got here, I assume.
Yeah, I guess when I first got here, when I talked to you guys, I said I didn't really have an expectation. I didn't know what it was going to be. It was a new role for me, obviously coming to a new team and just trying to fit in. And I've just taken it as it's come the entire season, you know, whatever's asking me week in and week out, just studying and trying to figure out a way to get that job done. So I guess I haven't gave much thought process, but yeah, when I first got here on the initial day and talked to you guys, I probably didn't think that would be the role, but I guess that's the fun thing about this game. You never know what's going to happen. Injuries happen, things happen above your pay grade or things of that nature, and you just roll with it. And I've had a lot of fun with the group I've been with in the secondary and in the defense, and trying to figure out week in and week out the best way to defend against whoever we're going against.
You guys have almost 20 interceptions. You guys have 7. You started out here with 3 or 4 or 5 games. What's happened to the team in general? You guys just playing off so much that you're not going to get the picks to sacrifice that?
I'm not sure. You know, I think we've still had opportunities, but we're just not making those plays. You know, I don't think it's a scheme thing. I think understanding scheme and what you're defending against is what allows you to make plays. So whether you're playing press, whether you're playing off of just understanding what the offense is going to do and how they're going to attack you gives you the ability to do so. But I think we've had opportunities. We're just not coming down and we're just not making those plays. And that's what's stopping us from getting turnovers. That's what's stopping us from winning games, is making plays in those key moments to help propel our team.
I don't see a lot of dropped interceptions. That's not what you're referring to, right?
Maybe not. We probably had some that we've had our hands on, but it may be just, hey, when they get into this formation, we have to sit on this route because we're expecting this, and then maybe you take 2 steps back, and it's the difference from breaking the pass up or almost breaking the pass up opposed to going out and making a play.
Did you have one of those the other day?
I think I had a few of those that I think I could have played differently. And I think that's what, after the game when I talked to you guys, what I was probably most disappointed about was just understanding a way we were going to get attacked to be able to be closer to some of those plays.
So when you guys are playing off, it's still up to the individual when to break and when to expect.
Oh, well, I mean, once you're on the football field, the coach can only do so much. You got to go out there and play football, whether you're off, whether you're pressed. You have to be able to diagnose what the offense is doing and make the play. There's no one else that's going to guide you and push you into an interception, into a pass breakup. It's up to us as players to understand that.
Do you kind of remember that 4th and 1 play on their first drive?
Yeah.
It seemed like you were playing out like 4 or 5 yards off the guy.
Yeah.
Maybe catching.
Yeah,
what kind of happened there?
That was just something we were expecting to run the ball, and that's a defense where it's kind of a zero blitz, so we have to play off coverage. So I was just really trying to talk them out of the quick pass and trying to start up and walk out and talk them out of that. But obviously they saw it, diagnosed it, and was able to get the ball on the outside. And with me not pressing, 4th and 1, they're going to be able to convert it. So when we got to the sideline, we talked about it was like that's just our fault as a defense. We got to probably maybe call something different in that perspective. But you know, 4th and 1 in the first quarter, we don't get it, but we got to make up for that throughout the game. You know.
You guys are down corners at least in practice, Jamar and Body and Darius. I mean, how does that change your role at all? And then how do you guys adjust as a defense if you're missing a couple of your key guys again?
Yeah, it changes everybody's role of just trying to fill in. And I think a slogan that Greg has said all season, next man up, is what we go by. You know, whoever's out there and whoever's not out there, you have to step up. You know, whether it's a guy like, hey, you got to move in and play some nickel here, or hey, you got to move outside and do this. You got to figure out a way. All of us have been in this defense for the most part the entire season, and you know what each and every position does. You maybe haven't gotten a ton of reps of it, but that's what these last 2 days have been about, of just repping it, talking about it, and when Sunday comes, there's no excuse whether you've played there, haven't played there, of getting the job done while you're out there.